Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Fourth Down Focus. I'm here with Keane and James, as always, and it's time for the weekly predictions. But first, we've got the opening question, as always. We're changing it up this week. Instead of doing the colleges of where the QB, running back, and wide receiver one are taken from, I'm going to ask the ages, and they have to guess the team. So, QB is 25 years of age.
Great age!
The running back is 26 years of age. Nothing to add to that one, Kian, no?
I don't like that age.
And the wide receiver one is 22.
My favourite age.
Broncos.
No, it's not the Broncos.
How old was the quarterback again?
25.
I'm very surprised because I swear Nick's is 25 and Dobbins is 26.
Nick is 40.
Okay, yeah, but Cortland Sutton is not 22, James.
Oh, yeah, true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, the
Quarterback.
What?
Panthers?
Not the Panthers, no. I knew this would be harder than the other question.
I'm just thinking young wide receivers. The Jags.
It is the Jags.
There we go.
Kian finally got one.
Is ETN only 26?
Travis Etienne is 26.
Fucking hell. I thought it was way older than that.
No, wasn't he the same draft as
He just feels like he's been around forever.
He's only 4 years older than you, James.
Yeah, brilliant.
That was my favourite part of last episode, even though we didn't do it on the episode. We just went through Google and found players that are the same age or younger than James to make him feel old. Anyway, the predictions. Here we go. James, take it away, pal, with your graphics and that.
There we go. We'll start with Cardinals Seahawks as it is for whatever reason it was decided to be the prime time game on Thursday Night Football. And as per most of our predictions, it's a unanimous decision towards the Seahawks. I suppose I'll let you start, Max.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to watch this game tonight, to be honest. But it's definitely a game that's happening on Thursday Night Football. The Cardinals have won more games than probably most expected so far. They're still not very good, and Kyler Murray is still vertically challenged. And the Seahawks look pretty solid. I know their big win last week was against the Saints, who are – you may as well play children at this point. Probably get a similar result. I think it should be a fairly straightforward win for the Seahawks. I know it's a divisional game. They can be close, but I'm going Seattle, definitely.
Kian?
I went Seattle. I mean, I don't know why I've delayed there. I don't really know why I've gone Seattle. Solely because I need the Cardinals to win for my fantasy, as I've got 2 Cardinals players starting this weekend. But that being said, I just see no way that they beat them, and it's just not a great game, and I probably won't watch it. So, take it away, James.
Yeah. I don't know who decided to put this on prime time. I don't really understand the reason as to why anyone would think this would ever be good on prime time. As the Cardinals, I've not been convinced by, even with the wins, to be honest. I think it was just against really bad teams. That's why they were winning games. Seahawks coming off, as Max said, a big win, but obviously it was against more or less a Make-A-Wish team in the New Orleans Saints. So it's interesting, but I think I can't see this not being a Seahawks win because they've been pretty decent so far. I think Darnold sort of kept up his form from last year, which I'm surprised at because I thought he might regress a bit, but I don't really think he has. Pretty straightforward Seahawks win for me. Next up, another maybe surprising unanimous decision. We've all gone Vikings to beat the Steelers. I feel like bias is probably already creep into this one a bit for especially Max. But
I don't know what you're talking about. No, it's not bias. It's on paper, you'd probably think that a team led by Carson Wentz isn't going to win. But this is obviously the first of the international game. Well, no, it's the second international game. They had the one in the opening week. It's in Ireland. It's in Dublin. A bit closer to home for this podcast, obviously, although none of us are going.
I wish.
But Dublin's great. But Minnesota, I think, are going to steal one on international soil. I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know what point. Maybe I am biased and I just didn't want to pick the Steelers. I don't know what point I've actually got to make here. Carson Wentz season Justin Jefferson, he's good, isn't he? Yeah, fuck the Steelers.
I hope Jefferson's good because my fantasy's going to take another fucking beating. Yeah, probably should have mentioned that. I sort of forgot it was the Ireland game, but first of the international series here, and I'm very tempted to change my mind here because I don't really know why I put the Vikings in the first
That's
place.
kind of what I was thinking. All like, why have I picked the Vikings? I don't know.
I might stick it. I don't know. It's purely because the Steelers have been. If you look at like statistically, as much as they have the wins, they've been awful. I think they've just been very lucky and fortunate in certain games to have the record that they do. The Vikings obviously were really good last week. Isaiah Rodgers with an absolute clinic on the defensive side of the ball, but yet again, you're playing against Drake Browning. It's not exactly difficult. So I'll stick with the Vikings purely because the Steelers' stats should mean they should start giving way to losses eventually. And also, as Max said to me before the recording, they are the most inevitable 9-8 team, so they have to lose some games to be able to get their yearly record.
They alternate. They win one week and then they have to lose the next week, and they lost last week. So that's why I picked.
So I'll stick with the Vikings. Kian?
I'm just not convinced by the Steelers at all. I know they've got 2 wins, but when you look at who they're against, it's a Patriots team who aren't exactly great. We beat them, so that's saying all you need to know about them. And they also beat the Jets, who, for me, they're just very meh. So, they played one half decent team, they lost to the Seahawks. And that's sort of what I based it off. I know you shouldn't really, but I just think the Vikings are going to have too much for them. But I'm interested to see the crowd split in Dublin. I don't know which teams more heavily supported over there.
I think it's Pittsburgh.
Is it their home game?
I think so. Because the Vikings actually wouldn't have. I mean, I'm surprised they've got 2 international games to begin with, in all honesty.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I imagine it is a Pittsburgh home game. Now, obviously, it doesn't really matter, but it'd be interesting to see who's more heavily supported over there. But yeah, give me the Vikings.
I'm just checking whose home game it is currently.
I think it is Pittsburgh's.
Steelers home game.
Yeah, I thought so. Next up, Commanders versus Falcons. We actually have a bit of differential on this one for a change, so I suppose I will let Max start as he's the one who's been different here.
This is definitely a rogue pick after Bryce Young just dumped on them, but I'm just not made. I know they got a win against Keane's beloved Raiders. I don't know if beloved's the right word, but you got a win against Keane's team that he's forced to support. But I'm still not majorly convinced by the Commanders this season. I definitely don't think they're going to finish as strong as they did last season. They're getting nowhere near that conference game. So I think the Falcons will want to bounce back from getting embarrassed by a very short man, and they'll have enough to win this one. That's the way I see it. And Bijan Robinson is still him.
Yeah, the only reason I can't back the Falcons is I saw a quote earlier from Michael Penix. I've got to throw the ball to the wide open receivers when they're open.
Fucking hell, it's Michael Owen.
The fact he's had to reaffirm that in a press conference would not fill me with much hope, to be honest. As much as it's fuck the Commanders, and I'm really happy you said they're going to be shit because I know they're going to be shit because they're an awful franchise who deserve nothing good. But I think Daniels is back. I want to say in this.
He's said he feels no pain in his knee, but he's still being limited.
I think he'll play. I think maybe he'll lose the rushing aspect of the game, but I think he will play. And I think if he does, I think I can't really back the Falcons after that, whatever that was last week. And if Penix is saying stuff like that impresses, then yeah, I lost all confidence in them very quickly. So I'm going with the Commanders.
Mine's not based on Penix's words, more on his footballing ability, which is also pretty shit. I'm really not sold by him at all. And if Daniels is back, which is sort of what I base this entire prediction on, then I can't see the Falcons winning. If he isn't back, it'll be close. I think it'll be close anyway. But I think the Commanders will get the job done. I'm not 100% sold on the Falcons as much as I was a week ago.
Kian, I thought you'd be a big fan of Michael Penix, considering you're such a big Washington Huskies fan, as we can see.
It's not my fault that he's shit in the NFL, mate.
Also, yeah, the point I made on the One Thing We Learn video, they have never beat the team with Michael Penix as quarterback who've scored more than 7 points, and I think the Commanders will score more than 7 points, so therefore they won't win the game. Next up, and yeah, just you know what,
Right.
He wants to lose. He wants to lose predictions, so I'll let him start because this.
All I'm asking for, because last time I tried talking about the Browns, you were all just cutting me off because you didn't want to hear it because
I'll turn it down so that I don't cut you off.
You support terrible teams and you're just jealous that the Browns are incredible. So
I will never be jealous of the Cleveland Browns.
Just give me like 30 seconds without interrupting me, right? Logic reason number one, we beat the Packers. The Packers beat the Lions. By that logic, we can beat the Lions. Number two, statistically, we have one of the best defenses in the NFL so far this season. That's a stat. You can look it up. That's true. So if we can stop the run, which is what we did every game so far, and what they relied on in their last game, we have a chance at winning. Now I'm aware that Joe Flacco is this close to death and probably needs to retire, and we're not starting Dylan Gabriel, but he has a good game in him. You know, his first game against the Bengals was pretty good. He can still do it. He's not a mobile quarterback, but he's definitely a quarterback with an arm. That'll do for us. So that's my logic. Let's go Browns.
I'd like to play, as much as the Lions relied on the run in their last game, the game before that, Jared Goff threw 5 passing touchdowns.
Jared Goff is more like Jared Goof. He's an idiot. And Myles Garrett is going to kill him. And then what are they going to do? Who's their backup? I don't even know who their backup is. Think about it. It's a thinker.
Right. So now for that, actually, like, opinions not based off complete delusion.
It's not delusion.
It is complete delusion.
It's been my laptop back up yet.
Yes.
No, don't do it.
Yeah. There's no world they win against the Packers and Lions back to back. It just doesn't happen. Lions were good in the last 2 games after a rough start to the Packers. And also, just to bring up for the Packers, I did say I wasn't all too sold on Jordan Love still, and it sort of got proven right. Although, as I said, the Browns are that bad that the Packers have been investigated for match fixing because they lost. So that won't happen again, unless the Lions are also match fixing.
Whoa. Giants fan, by the way. Giants fan, by the way.
I've seen my team win 2 Super Bowls, mate. You can be quite.
How many wins you got this season?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
How many wins this season?
It honestly doesn't matter because it's still not as depressing as being a Browns fan.
Exactly. So just let me have some hope and some happiness in my life, please.
No.
Yeah, I'm going Detroit. They're a much better team than the Browns, and I think it'll show through if they do stop the run, then Goff's just going to start throwing it to players like Amon-Ra, which as much as the front line of the defense is quite good for the Browns, the secondary isn't as good.
Our secondary is going to prove that he doesn't run this shit word that I can't say or anywhere.
I was very, very scared you
or anywhere. Make sure I have that part in there.
Yes.
Kian?
Well, I can't provide any argument back to Matt because I wasn't fucking listening. But what
I said to you last night, Kian.
I wasn't really reading that either. So I'll be honest. My thing with the Browns, I know James has said it there. The Packers are being investigated for match fixing. Golden had the opportunity to just run it down the line, and that's a touchdown, and the game's done. And instead, he's run it out of bounds. He's not been forced out of bounds. There was so much free space ahead of him. That rookie deal clearly not paying him enough. So I just can't see, like you said, I can't see a world they beat who they beat back to back, man. It's just not happening. Give me the Lions.
What actually happened was the aura of our defense just
scared. This is what
we're moving on.
Been reduced to.
We're moving on. Next up, the New England Patriots vs Carolina Panthers. This was an interesting one for me. It did take me a while to decide, but I suppose Kian, you can go first as you were a different pick here.
I've said, I think for maybe 3 weeks now, I'm not really sold on the Patriots and the whole thing they've got going on over there. I'm not going to pretend I'm heavily sold on the Panthers either, but they got a big win last week, and if they can connect like that again, then maybe it's more of just a pick to try and get further ahead in the ratings. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think they'll actually win, but I just think this was one game where it could go either way, and I'm not sold on Drake May and the Patriots. I like Drake May, but I'm not sold on the Patriots as a whole currently.
Yeah. I'll go before Max because I know he's going to just say I'm clinging on for dear life to my Patriots playoff.
No,
prediction.
I already gave up on that on the last episode.
But yeah, I don't know. It was a close one because, as Kian said, they had a big win last week, the Panthers. But I just think Bryce Young seems to do this every year. Where he has like 2 games where he's really good, or 1 game where he's really good, and then disappears into nothingness. And I'm not going to be fooled by his 1 good game and back them again, especially with the Patriots. Obviously, focusing quite heavily on the trenches with variables. So I think this is one of them sort of ugly games that isn't going to be pleasant to watch for anyone involved. Hence why no one will watch it, because it will only appear on Red Zone about twice. But yeah, I'm going Patriots purely just, I think, off pure quality. There's more quality in that Patriots team than there is in the Panthers team. But I do agree with Kian. This definitely could go either way, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Panthers did end up winning.
I'm glad that you went before me, because you basically just said everything that I was thinking. I based my pick off what you said on one of the last 2 episodes, where you said that Bryce has gone back to Bama Bryce for 1 game like he does every year. And I'm not buying into the hype that he has any consistency going. I think they'll go back to shit. And this game, in general, will either be the worst game of the week or somehow the best game of the week, and it'll have like 50 touchdowns. So I think Drake May is a better quarterback than Bryce Young. It boils down to that.
Yep, we'll move on. This is probably the most surprising one of the episode, more because I've actually backed the Eagles as much as I fucking can't stand them. So I suppose I should go first. The Bucks versus the Eagles. To be honest, after I saw your 2 predictions, I thought this might be an opportunity to gain an extra point back on the leaderboard, and that was sort of the basis of my decision. Because I was very tempted to go Tampa as well, based off agenda, and I actually do think they're quite good. But Baker's relied a lot on last sort of minute drives to win games, and I don't think the Eagles are a sort of team that's going to give them the chance to be in the game that late on. They were a bit, I don't know, they've been a bit weird in the last couple of games. So the Chiefs wasn't convincing, and obviously watching the Chiefs play against the Giants last week, it was a bit like they're not very good. So the fact it was only I think it was a 3-point win in the end for the Eagles in that game. The Rams, though, they did beat them as much as I said. They were behind for a while. Especially in the first half, they were awful apparently, but then they brought it back in the second half. But I think if they're beating teams like the Rams, I just think this is another team where they'll just get it done. They just seem to be inevitable that they're going to be clinching a playoff spot fairly early on in the season with the way they're going, because they just keep winning games. I think it's going to carry on. Although I do think as well there is a loss due for them at some point, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was the game. But again, just to try and get ahead in the leaderboard and predictions, I'm going with the Eagles. Kian?
I'm going to play devil's advocate to one of the points you just made a little bit. So you said they're not going to give them that drive. Obviously they've been relying on late drives, but they gave the Rams that drive. But the Rams just didn't convert it. I think the Bucs and Baker Mayfield are more clutch than the Rams. If they come into that situation, I think they will win the game. And that's basically what I've sort of gone off. I said on the last episode that the Bucs just have that thing about them where they can grind them wins out. They can win these sort of games. And if they win this, then we start talking about them as proper contenders, if we're being honest.
I don't disagree. I just think the Eagles are due a game where they win quite comfortably after 2 fairly sort of shaky wins. So that's sort of why I've gone with the Eagles. But Max?
I am very aware of how good the Eagles are. Obviously, last season was out of this world how good they were. But I don't think any team is good enough to withstand the sheer magnitude of Baker Mayfield. I don't think anyone can. I think he might be God's gift. Like, he's just that good. He's incredible. And in the last 2 minutes of a game, he's like prime Michael Jordan. Like, he's unstoppable. And that is why I've picked the Bucs pretty much, because I love it.
You could have at least made an NFL reference when you were going to talk about his ability in the clutch.
Michael Jordan was the first person that came to my head for some reason. I don't know why.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, this will be an interesting one. I think probably one of the games of the week if we're looking at it on paper. And there's also a lot of dire matchups this week. Next up, Texans.
Dire matchups.
Yeah. See, that is perfect timing. Texans versus Titans, and I will apologise. This starts a run of about 8 games where we agree for like every game, so just bear that in mind. Yeah, Texans, Titans. We've all gone Texans, and I'll go first because there was a part of me that was tempted for the Titans, but because they've been so bad, I just can't back it. The Texans haven't impressed me at all. I hate watching the Texans. I say every episode. I think
you never mentioned it.
I've got to bring it up every episode now. I hate watching the Texans. It's so bad. Their offense is dire. CJ Stroud is washed, but with all that considered, they're still better than the Titans. Again, the bar is really, really low because the Titans are really bad still somehow. I don't know. Like, I feel like they need to rip the whole franchise up, maybe just move it to another state or something and just do something else because it is awful. So just
that really worked for us.
Yeah, well, they can't get any worse. And there's no need for Mick McCarthy because they literally can't.
No, they can't.
So I'm going with the Texans purely because I can't see a world where the Titans win games like this, especially against a pretty good defense, as the Texans are known for, obviously. Max?
The way I went about this was I looked last night at the Texans' upcoming fixture, well, the rest of the fixtures for the season, and there's genuinely a world where if they stay in current form, or even just slightly better than current form, they still only win 4 or 5 games. They've got a pretty tough schedule, and I feel like this surely has to be one of the ones where they pick up a win. Surely. It can't get... There's not a much worse team you can play apart from like maybe the Saints. So surely they win.
That's the Texans losing then?
Probably, but at least we all lose the point.
True.
I just went down the route of both teams are shit, who's got more talent on the roster, and it is still the Texans. And I think if it comes down to that, the Texans will win this game, but like you said, it's a terrible game. And I don't think we'll see it on Red Zone once because I think it's going to be a 3-0 win.
3-0.
With the Texans play at them, and I wouldn't be surprised because it's not like the Titans offense are going to put up a series of points, is it?
Kaimi Fairbairn walk-off. 3-0.
No. The 3 is going to come in the first quarter.
Oh, brilliant. What a game.
Again, wouldn't be surprised with the Texans. Next up, this might be the most unanimous decision the podcast has ever seen. Bills versus the Saints. I don't really know how much there is to say about this game, to be honest, because
Buffalo good, Saints bad.
It's not even good, bad. It's the best team in the NFL. The worst team in the NFL.
This is just prime for a Saints win out of absolutely nothing.
To be fair, there's a stat. Something like New Orleans haven't lost in Buffalo since like the 80s. But they haven't. I can't remember.
They played since the 80s.
I can't remember the last time they were this bad. So surely that gets broken.
If the Saints win, I will buy a Spencer Rattler jersey. I'm not even talking a DH game. I mean a real one. I will buy one and I will wear it on the next available episode when it arrives. That's how confident I am.
I am now a Saints fan for this game.
That the Bills are going to win. I'll buy it. In fact, fuck Spencer Rattler. I'll get a Jake Hayner one.
I'm just going to talk to future Max in about 2 hours when he's editing this. Clip this out. Cheers.
Yeah, we need this in immortalized so it actually happens. So I'm now a Saints fan for the weekend.
And
because
if it comes before the NFL London game, I will wear it to the Jags Rams game.
I'm not being seen with you wearing that.
Yeah, it's just I can't really add much more to this game. It's tragic for the Saints to end up with the form they're in, and then to end up facing Buffalo. It's just awful. It's the last thing you need, and this could genuinely be one of the if the Bills play to their best and the Saints play as they have been, this could genuinely be like 60-70 point win like we saw with the bloody Dolphins.
I'm gonna one up Kian. If the Saints somehow win this game, I'll buy a Deshaun Watson jersey.
I'm not buying any jerseys because I do see a world where it's just prime for the most ridiculous upset ever. Question, would this be one of the biggest upsets in like recent NFL regular season history if the Saints win this game?
I will cut my dick off if the Saints win.
Okay, no, we're probably going too far.
Joey.
Max is going to shit himself when Rattler's got like 2 touchdowns in the first half. Some shit.
Oh, no. It's not
Next
up. We need to shake on it.
Next up, and yeah, great. Someone else want to start?
I'll take it off you. I'm not 100% convinced by the Chargers. I was saying this to Max last night. But that being said, they are
really listening.
Sure, dickhead. They are still playing the Giants. And even with Jackson Dart, it's not going to be enough. The Giants are just a honking team, and they have been for a while now. So just give me the Chargers, and I'll stop talking about it because I fucking hate the Chargers, and I don't really like the Giants either.
I have a counterpoint. I don't understand how anyone can not be sold on the Chargers so far this season. I think they've been easily one of the best teams.
I watched them play us, and they were terrible.
I mean, Justin Herbert's robot-esque. Like Najee Harris went down like he'd been shot, and he just hopped over him and threw the pass. Like he didn't care. He just cares about the ball and Jim Harbaugh and his bird, who's magically improved his game. I don't care if the Giants have some new exciting whites, behind that offensive line. I don't think it's going to get them there. So give me the Chargers every day of the week.
Yeah, I'm not entirely lost all hope for this game because obviously we have Dart in, which I'm very excited about because it's been needed. I mean, I'm not saying I would have started him straight away because it's a rookie quarterback. It's an interesting situation. In an ideal world, we could have played Russ all year, but the guy's fucking useless. So we have to get. It took 3 weeks.
450 yards he threw the other day, by the way.
Yeah, and then he threw 2 interceptions and 40 more balls to DBs in the next game.
To be fair, Geno Smith is second in the passing yards, and I still think he's shit. So.
I think. Well, you've still got a few tough games coming up, which I believe the next few are quite tough. Well, most of them are tough for you, but
for us,
yeah,
we got the Saints next, mate.
Oh dear. Okay, after the Saints.
After the Saints, it's a calamity.
After that, throw Jameson. Just let it happen. He'll throw 6 picks every game, but also 25 touchdowns. It's fun. It's a ride, man.
I've said, right. This organization has probably not been this excited about a quarterback probably since Eli. It's ridiculous.
Hold on, you love Daniel Jones.
He loved Russell Wilson a few weeks ago. He was like, "Let's ride, Mr. Unlimited."
Yeah, they're excited about him, and I am too. I think there's so much potential there. If you look at everything going from the draft, he looks like an unbelievable prospect on paper. And as I said, when we draft quarterbacks from Ole Miss, it tends to work out quite well. But
how many times
we have to bear in mind we are playing the Chargers, who are very good. As much as they've not won it many games convincingly, they're still winning games, which is probably the sign of a very good team. When they're winning, when they're still not very good, and I'm worried this might be the week where they finally actually start playing to their full potential. But I suppose the defense isn't as scary as it would have been a couple of weeks ago with Khalil Mack injured, but it's still not great for Dart. I think it's going to end one of 2 ways. It's either going to be an absolute clinic from Dart or he's injured within about 3 plays. I really hope it's the first one, but I wouldn't be surprised with our offensive line if it's the second. But hopefully, this is at least if we do lose, it's at least the nail in the coffin for Dayball and Bowen because I can't watch it anymore.
I don't think that is the nail in the coffin because I don't think
it won't be. I said hopefully because they'll give them the Saints and then we'll beat the Saints and then they'll fucking stay around. But it's pointless.
I don't think anyone should be kept in the job by beating the Saints. I think we could probably be the coordinators and coach.
If we don't beat the Saints, if they say
friends against the Saints, and they'd win.
If this isn't the game where they're fired, we have to beat the Saints by at least 2 scores to justify keeping them, in my opinion, because it's awful.
Is that the bar? 2 scores for the Saints?
For us, mate, yes. It is. But like I said, I've tried to back us in other games. It's just not gone well, so I'm just learning from my lessons, trying not to completely throw myself out of predictions by backing the Chargers. But I'm excited for Dart, and it'll be a first game where it won't be the same shite where we actually have a bit of excitement. At least 2 drives until he stalls out on both, and then I'm depressed again.
Just throw Jameson. Honestly, just throw him in.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You're putting Dart in behind this O-line that's like paper mache, and he's going to die. So
yeah, but he's doing it because he has to show that he drafted the right guy to justify keeping his job.
Or you could argue that he brought in the right free agent in Jameis Winston.
Moving on.
I just want to see him play. I miss him.
Rams Colts. I mean, Kian, I'll let you start because you said you were tempted with the Colts there.
It's more of a hope. I'd love to see the Colts go all the way just to piss you off. But I think this is the game where they lose their first one. I don't think it will be a battering. I think they have actually looked pretty good. But the Rams could have beat the Eagles last week, if not for a bad kick. So I just think they're a better team. That's all it's going to come down to. But it won't be Daniel Jones' fault.
Max?
This is where I step off the Indy hype train, at least for this week, because I think the Rams are also one of the better teams we've seen so far. An unlucky loss against the Eagles that they'll desperately want to bounce back from, and I think Indy's a winnable game for them. so I don't see why they won't. And I'm really excited to watch the Rams in person, to be honest, because I quite enjoy watching them on Red Zone.
I'm praying to every god above this is the end of the Colts run of wins, because if they win this one, I might actually just stop watching the sport entirely. I really like the Rams as well, so it's just written for them to lose this game. But again, it's more of a hope than anything. I am fairly convinced they will win the game. They should win the game based on basically every factor imaginable. Basically, every position is better, maybe bar running back on the Rams team.
Or quarterback.
I'm not nibbling.
I'm making my prediction already. The Rams are going to win this game, and James is going to come on the next episode like, "Oh, the Colts hype train is over," as if everyone doesn't expect the Rams to win this game.
Correct.
Like, this isn't the hype train.
You're absolutely spot on. I can't wait to just laugh in his idiot's face when he throws 3 picks and he goes back to Daniel Jones.
I'm sure it'll really hurt.
Even if he has a good year and they make the playoffs, then he'll fool them into giving them a stupid contract, and it'll be shit after that as well. So it's fine.
I think it's because he's sorted his eyes out, mate. He's not doing that thing anymore, so he's playing well now.
Give me the Rams, and please, for the love of God, let this be the end of the fucking Colts, just in general, just the end of the franchise, ideally. Next up, the 49ers versus the Jags, or the basically entirely injured 49ers against the Jags, and I think that's probably influenced this decision, as we've all backed the Jags. I'll let you start, Max.
I already regret taking Jacksonville, because it doesn't matter how many players the 49ers have injured, they still somehow win. And it's probably going to happen again. And I'm really annoyed that I picked the Jags now. But when I did choose the Jags initially, the thought process was simply, they don't look that bad this season. There is a sort of a world where they could clinch that division if the Colts do fall off. Because the Texans and Titans definitely are going to win it. But I'm not majorly impressed by Brian Thomas or Travis Hunter so far this season. T-Law's still just, I don't know what he's doing. He's just dossing about, man. I feel like he should be in the same kind of conversation as Tua, where they're talking about maybe moving on from him, because they drafted him a good few years ago now, and it's not really got that well for them. But I've just slagged off the Jags, and I've picked them to win. I do this every week. There's one game where I'll pick someone to win, and I'll just slag them off. Jags by 1.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm impressed by ETN. I think he's probably his big resurgence, which he needed in his career, because it was probably coming to an end otherwise, as far as being a competitive RB1. But as I said, I'm still not convinced with Travis Hunter. I think the less they play him, the better off they'll be, because especially on the defense, I'm just not sold at all. And I don't think Cohen's fallen into the trap of him on defense either. I think they said even with the DB injuries, they're still going to keep him to limited defensive plays. But the Niners, there's just everyone's dead basically. I think Ricky Pearsall's now added to that list. He didn't practice today, so that's just I didn't want to break the news to you, Kean, but Pearsall didn't practice today, so I don't know who the fuck whoever if is he even Mac Jones? He was injured last week. I don't know if he's actually playing or not. Is Brock Purdy back yet? I have no idea.
I saw he might be back.
Who is the third quarterback again? Do you remember, Max?
I don't know, but he's also out, if you remember correctly.
Oh, yeah, he is also out. So, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming one of them...
Curtis Rourke, I think he was called. I've never heard of him.
One of them has to be fit, because surely they would have signed a quarterback by now for the weekend had that not been the case. So, I don't know who it's going to be under frame, but even so, Kittle's out, Bosa's out. There's just too many injuries on this Niners team to back them. So, I am going with the Jags to win by probably a close game, because the Niners seem inevitable to win even when they've basically got no team out.
To be honest with you,
I'm just doing some digging on Curtis Rourke currently. He's Canadian.
You've both said exactly what I was going to say. And, you know, I can't remember who said it, but one of you pointed out that they just keep winning close games. It can't keep happening. It fucking can. That's the problem. But I just would like to see Parag Marath looking rather sad on Sunday night. That's it, to be honest. So, yeah, give me the chance.
He was next up the 7th round.
Brilliant. There you go, Keane. You can start again. The Raiders versus the Bears, and it is another, as I did pre-warn before we went through this run of hell of predictions, another unanimous decision to back the Bears.
I could go off on a serious fucking tangent about this franchise if I really wanted to. Firstly, we draft wide receivers who think they're Michael Schumacher and then never play for us again. We've got a O-line coach who is setting nepotism back as far as Arch Manning is. Honest to God, we're just a fucking pointless franchise. We won't win another game this season. Geno Smith is fucking terrible. Honest to God, there's nothing I can say about us. Every year, every fucking year, it's the same. And I'm sick of it. So I'm wearing the Doomsday jersey, and I hope he scores 10 touchdowns, and I hope Allegiant Stadium falls down. I don't think it's been played there. I don't give a fuck. I'm fed up with him.
I love how at the start of the season, by the way, we said that the Raiders have the best chance of success, and after 3 weeks, Keane's the most depressed of the three of us.
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. That Schumacher line was. Ooh.
Ooh. I meant his driving ability.
Yeah, that is it. Max?
Apologies.
Oh, we were me. I was taking a drink. Sorry. Bears, bear down. This was a pretty obvious pick. The Raiders are poo. And the Bears are also poo, but slightly less poo. Doomsday looking good, very good this season, actually. I'm really impressed by my friend of the podcast. Caleb, another friend of the podcast, had a great game last week, and hopefully they can do something which the Bears never seem to do, which is be consistent. That's a very bold claim, but they might. Who knows? So give me the Bears every day of the week. Basically, everything that Kian just said, plus the Bears are slightly less worse than that, is my thought process.
Fair enough.
And that was crazy.
Before we get a live leak from Kian's bedroom of him offing himself, I'll move on. Next up, the Chiefs-Ravens, and for the second time this year, we're all going against the Chiefs, and I think it worked last time. So is it going to work again, Max?
I mean, it's two teams that I don't want to win. I don't want to see them win. But if I want to win predictions, I have to pick the better team, and the Ravens are certainly the better team. And this is not a primetime game, so they will win because they haven't got to bottle the big game. I mean, the Chiefs. When's Xavier Worthy back? Is he back yet?
No,
I actually don't know.
I haven't seen anything, but
is Rashee Rice been free?
If it was this might be his first week, but if not,
Rashee Rice is like week 6 comeback, I think.
He's suspended for 6. So I'm assuming it'll be week 7.
Well, yeah, okay. The Chiefs. I'm glad that they're bad, but also I don't really want the Ravens to win. I suppose I did back the Ravens to win the Super Bowl this year, so maybe I should just keep backing them. But they just do bottle all the big games. I seem to forget that in the preseason episode, and then I was swiftly reminded. But yeah, give me the Ravens.
Kian?
They restarted a connection, the Ravens, on Monday, which I really wasn't expecting to see again this year, which was the Mark Andrews connection with Lamar Jackson sort of came back. He had a really good game. And if they can keep that up, then the Chiefs just haven't been the same team. And if we're going for Unk tight end versus Unk tight end, Travis Kelce is washed. So based on that alone, you could give me the Ravens. But at the same time, I just do think they're a better team. I'm struggling to see what's happened to the Chiefs, if I'm being completely honest with you. They used to be inevitable, and suddenly we're talking about them going 1-3, which I'm all for, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it does feel weird.
Well, they're still inevitable. They're just inevitable to be shit.
Do you know what Kenny reminds me of? Like, James might not get this reference, but Kian will. When like a wrestler makes it big in Hollywood, so they kind of like go shit at wrestling, but they don't really care because they're a massive like movie star now. That's kind of what Travis Kelce's like.
I get it in a way because I think his head isn't in the game anymore.
Exactly, his head's up, tails ass.
Yeah. After watching the Chiefs against us, I just can't back them against a team like the Ravens. They were garbage, but obviously they get let off because we're even worse. I just don't see it. The offense is bad. It's really like just not great. It's like Mahomes. I think Mahomes is the rushing leader for the Chiefs this year.
He is. Pacheco is rubbish.
Yeah, I did think when you took him in fantasy, I was a bit like, why the fuck would you take Pacheco?
Because Pacheco has been on my bench all season so far, and he's not coming off it.
Yeah, just not convinced. As the Ravens are a weird one, as you said. The fact one of these teams will be 1-3, I think if you said that preseason, we all would have been like, what the fuck's happened there then? But I just think there's too much quality in the Ravens team at the minute, and the Chiefs have just been so bad, and I'm so happy to see them finally failing because it was so overdue. But yeah, as Kian said, Kelsey's washed. Mahomes is getting up a bit now. I just think that there's just no offense in this team, especially without Worthy. And I mean, Andy Reid literally said week 1, their offense basically runs on Xavier Worthy, and Kelsey decided to fucking kill him within the first 3 plays for about 3 weeks.
Like I said, he's big time now. He wants all the spotlight to be on him. He's like, we can't have this fast little man running downside. He's not running go routes this season. No, he's taking him out.
Next up, Cowboys versus the Packers, and in typical Cowboys fashion, they're going to lose. Kian?
I nearly did go for the Cowboys. I'm going to be 100% with you all. But that being said, Green Bay are going to be very pissed off after last week. And after everything that's come out about the last week, the fucking match fixing, all that stuff. They're going to want to silence some people. And this is a decent game to do it in. I just think they're a bad team. I'm not sold on the Cowboys, again, as per fucking usual. And it's the Micah Parsons return. And I think he might just go off just to prove to Jerry that he should have paid him the money. So give me Green Bay.
Well, imagine how funny it'll be if he's like a ghosts all game and the Cowboys.
Oh, it'd be very funny.
Jerry will be like, "Told you all, you didn't fucking listen." I also nearly picked Dallas because how are you going to get beat by the Cleveland Browns? Do you know what I mean? This team only scored 10 points on the Browns.
Are we forgetting the Cowboys lost by 3 scores to the Bears?
Yeah, the Bears are a great team.
You literally just said they're awful about 10 minutes ago.
No. That was, you misheard me. They have Rome Odunze. They can do anything.
Apart from win.
They won last week.
Winning doesn't matter. It's the taking part that counts.
Yes, participation.
That is a Bears mentality, to be fair.
It really is.
Yeah, I think Micah Parsons could kill someone here if he wants
Jerry
to.
Jones.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The stands and get Jerry.
He'll get so many sacks on Dak, they'll get bored and he'll just go into this fucking stand and just sack Jerry Jones instead.
If you can't find him, just look for the one wearing the Burger King crown. You'll find him.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm just not convinced at all. I think the Cowboys are terrible. If you're letting us put 37 points on your head, then you're probably not very good.
I know what he's looking for.
I tried to think what he's looking for. Oh, no. Oh. I think we're cancelled.
Just my hat. I'm just wearing that.
Yeah, I'm just going to move this on quick. Packers good. As much as they did lose last week, they'll be back because, as Kian said, they're going to be pissed off that they were so bad they got accused of match fixing. So, yeah, give me the Packers quite comfortably against a terrible literally, and I said at the start of the season, an awful Cowboys defense, which you two both disagreed with me, and you were both wrong. Next up, the Dolphins versus the Jets, and Max is this game is just it is a game that is happening. That is
on
for sure.
prime time.
On prime time, yeah.
Prime time. As they've decided this week that fuck it, we just don't want to put any good games on prime time. We're just going to make everyone suffer.
You know what's arguably worse? I don't even think that the next game is like a 3 a.m. I think this is a 12 a.m. and the next one starts like halfway through. So they're both going to be on at the same time.
I think one's a midnight and one's a 1:15. They're very close together.
Yeah. I don't want to watch both of them at the same time. I don't want to watch either of them. But I'm basing this solely off, I think Justin Fields should probably be back. I think he's practicing. And I have faith that my Ohio State QB will come back and save the Jets against their equally as shit division rivals. That normally when we get to the end of these videos, I'm like, yeah, let's talk about a good big game. But I've lost all my energy. I don't give a fuck about this game. I don't give a fuck about the next one either. Why is this prime time? Roger, what are you doing?
Yeah, I've gone with the Dolphins purely because they're coming off a decent week, as much as they did lose, but they were fine. And this Jets team is bad, like really fucking bad. I said, don't know what's going to happen with Fields. Even if he does play, I still think I'm going to back the Dolphins irrespectively, because with A-Chain in that offense, and he's still got Tyreek and Waddle in there as well, there's just a lot of quality if they can find the form. And I think their confidence won't be on the floor after last week. But I think this could be a very telling game for the future of Mike McDaniel in Miami. If they lose, I think his time will be very, very limited, if not over.
This could be an absolute shootout, to be fair.
It could be.
Because both of these defenses are dog shit.
Maybe that's why it's on prime time. They've just thought maybe loads of points because neither team can defend.
I'm starting Jalen Waddle this week. I've decided. He's going to get 6 touchdowns. And they're still going to lose.
Kian?
I'm starting to warm to Mike McDaniel as much as a lot of the other people in the NFL aren't. Solely based on his comment of we're another day closer to death. Because, it's spot on in all fairness to him. And I honestly didn't think they looked that bad against the Bills the other night. They kept it a lot closer than I think most of us thought they would. So I don't know. I think they've got enough to beat this Jets team, but it could, like you boys have said, it could be shy or it could be great.
I have to preface this by saying if Tyrod Taylor starts, I'm fucked in this prediction. But I think
you are heavily banking on Justin Fields to even play here, aren't you?
I think Fields will play. It looks like he's gonna. It's just not.
Find out. Finally. I mean, fucking hell, lads. What? Really? The Broncos versus the fucking Bengals. Jake Browning against Pat Surtain, by the way. I think that probably says all you need to know about this game.
Who has seen anything that the Bengals have done this season? Plus, now they've not even got their star player, or one of their star players, and they fought primetime. This is what the people want to see on Monday night. This Jake Browning is primetime football. No,
unless they just thought like Surtain's going to end the game with like 6 interceptions.
No, I think
they beat us by a point, isn't it? The Bengals beat us by a point, and then they got destroyed by Isaiah Rodgers last week. Isaiah Rodgers, exactly. That's the fucking reaction it warrants. And then they've gone, yeah, primetime. Fuck it, why not? This will be good.
I think it was the first ever Vikings player to have 2 pick sixes in one game.
I mean, how many players in history have had 2 pick sixes in one game?
That's what I mean. Very little, but he was definitely the first Vikings player to ever do that. So yeah, I mean, I think Browning interception is probably the most guaranteed bet of your life. You could probably put like a good couple thousand on it, and it would come in.
I need a couple thousand to do that, James.
But I just don't see any world with this level of Broncos defense, as much as they've not been maybe as good as we thought. With how bad Jake Browning has been in the games he stepped in, I just cannot see a world where this isn't like a bad day to be a Bengals fan, which is great news for everyone.
That's always a good day.
That's always a great news. But yeah, even with Chase and T. Higgins, I said last week with the Bengals, with them 2 players, they might be all right but then I also remembered we said this about the Dolphins last year when Tua was out and they might be all right because Tyreek and Waddle were in the team, and we were very, very wrong. So I'm not making that mistake twice. Give me the Broncos and Browning's going to throw at least 2 interceptions.
I feel like the only way that Jamar and T. Higgins could pull them through this game is if like they only ran like jet sweeps or screens with them, because if they go downfield, Browning's not getting the ball to them.
Browning still might fuck up a jet sweep in all fairness.
Yeah, he could. He might like fumble the ball or something. I don't know.
He might just forget what sport he's playing and just drop it.
I'm gonna. Can you back sack lines? I think you can, can't you?
On some.
Can I back interception lines more to it?
I'm gonna back Nick Benito to get 7 sacks. I think.
Kian?
There's not really much else to say that hasn't been said. So give me the Broncos, and I'm just going to stop talking because there's nothing else to be said about this game. It's a fucking terrible game.
Roger, have a good, long, hard look in the mirror after this. Just think about us. Some of us have to stay up until 1 o'clock in the morning just to watch the kickoff of this game.
It'll be the most exciting part.
Yeah, probably. That is it for our predictions for this week. So, unless any of you have a question to end it, or should we just end this?
Do you want to do a question? I can find a question. So, to end the episode, we're going to have a question a bit like we had last week, where I give you a minute and you've got to write down as many as you can think of. This week's is Offensive Rookie of the Year winners. Are you all prepared? Do you all have something to write it down on?
Yes.
Okay, right. I'm going to give you a minute starting from now. This is fun.
I'll cut this bit out as well, don't worry, mate. No, mine's gone complete blank.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Stop writing now, James.
Oh, I just realised I forgot fucking. Oh,
So
I think I've won anyway, but
I'll
let Max go first because he didn't look very confident in himself. So please tell me your answers.
I just started guessing after like the first 3. Jane Daniels.
Yep.
CJ Stroud.
Yep.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Yes.
And then I got 2 more, and I guessed Saquon.
okay, I definitely won then.
Who?
Saquon
Yeah.
and Joe Burrow.
No.
Fuck. Well, you got 4 to beat, James.
We're ready?
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
I will preface CJ Stroud, I just forgot. Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray, yes.
Really?
Jane Daniels.
Who next?
Jane Daniels.
Yes.
Jamar Chase.
Yes.
Garrett Wilson.
Yes.
Sam Bradford.
Yes.
Matt Ryan.
Yes.
Justin Herbert.
Yes.
Why don't you start listing off some friends, you fucking virgin?
OBJ.
Yes.
Alvin Kamara.
Yes.
Dak.
Yes.
RG3.
Yes.
Cam Newton.
Yes.
And I just guessed Adrian Peterson.
Yes.
Oh, kill yourself.
14. You could have had the ones that you might have got. Roethlisberger got it.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's
He is, in fact. Todd Gurley, you all forgot.
Oh my god.
And I think that's about it, really.
I told you, if there's a timer involved, my mind just goes blank. I'm like, fuck.
But yeah, that's a pretty good effort, 14. That's just, yeah.
How about him making an effort showering the smelly gin?
Wait, it was just it was recent ones, and then like Sam Bradford and RG3 are like quite memorable, like old ones, and then like Kamara was Tennessee, OBJ Giants, and then yeah.
I simply remembered OBJ because I'm wearing an OBJ jersey right now.
But yeah, that's well done, James.
The Giants have had 2 Rookie of the Year winners, offensive Rookie of the Year winners in that list.
It's not going to buy you another Super Bowl.
Nope.
So I'm fed up.
Well, that is it then for this episode. So thank you very much, Keane and Max, for joining me as always, and we will see you all next week.